They often go undetected, but 1 in 50 Americans has a brain aneurysm.
That's according to the Brain Aneurysm Foundation. Pete Zervakis has more on how they're found and treated.
Well, Greg and Amber, it's estimated that 30,000 people will suffer a ruptured brain aneurysm this year. They can often be deadly because those 30,000 will die. More than 1/3, 12,000 will survive. Or 12,000 will die, but 12,000 will survive and remain with permanent neurological damage. Surgery is one way to try and prevent a rupture.
Basically saved my life that they found that.
Leanne Lippincott-Worthley had surgery to treat a brain aneurysm 2 years ago. It was found by chance. She was having a head scan to check for a stroke.
I didn't really know what would be involved.
Cases like Leanne's are common. Many who have brain aneurysms don't know it because the small bulging arteries often don't produce symptoms. Neurosurgeon Chris Sturm says Mercy Health System has seen an uptick in brain aneurysm cases in the last couple of years.
It's not so much the incidence of aneurysm has changed, but rather in today's medical climate, a lot of people are getting images of their head for whatever reason. They could have headaches, they could have stroke-like type symptoms.
Inside this operating room, Sturm is searching for 2 aneurysms, one on the side of this woman's head, the other in the front. Sturm is operating to get in and clip the aneurysms before they burst.
An aneurysm is like a hole, a bleb on a water hose. The wall, as the aneurysm gets bigger, the wall gets thinner and thinner. Once we identify the aneurysm, the whole idea in a nutshell is to place a clip at the base of the balloon so no more blood goes into the aneurysm, but do so in a manner that the blood continues to flow in the arteries it's supposed to flow in so that the patient doesn't have a stroke.
A digital tracking system is used to locate the aneurysms. After they're clipped, a special dye is injected into the patient's blood. That technology is recent, developed in the last 5 years.
The microscope actually puts out a beam that fluoresces that compound. So you can actually see blood flow within the blood vessels in real time.
Sturm says operating on the brain puts him under an immense amount of pressure.
You can have a lung transplant. You can have a heart transplant. You can't have a brain transplant. So you have basically sort of one shot, and there's really no room for error.
Leanne says brain aneurysm surgery was an intimidating procedure to go through. She says that made it all the more satisfying when she woke up.
That brain surgery just really made me realize how fragile life is.
Dr. Sturm says surgery is not always needed to treat brain aneurysms. The Brain Aneurysm Foundation says about 50 to 80% of aneurysms actually never burst. So the clipping you saw is very much a preventative measure. Patients basically have to roll the dice, decide whether to undergo the procedure or take a chance, hope it doesn't rupture.
Always so impressed at what they are able to do in the operating.
All freehand, too, and under the microscope.
Yeah.
Very talented. Thank you.